Hey everybody, my name is G.S. Bailey and I do military drills. And he is joined today by Turkey Gala. Oh my heavens, not again. Not again, not again. I'm going to try to keep him to a minimum, I promise you. But if you do find me at least mildly entertaining, I am entertaining. Now you do not forget, or you may have learned something today. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy enough to use a puppet. That the puppet is not a. The puppet is not an extension of me. No, not at all. He is an independent puppet. Okay. Don't forget, like, subscribe. I had to restart Pyware just a second ago. It was ready to roll, and then new models got downloaded. So you have to exit and restart. And ring the bell. And do not forget to leave a tip. So today, we are going to jump into music choices, okay? Now, there's a lot of iffy on this. And I'm just going to tell you what works, okay? Number one, get rid of any kind of core band mentality you got, okay? Don't do a ballad. For the love of all things holy, please do not do a ballad. Or you know what? Let me phrase it let me do it this way instead, okay? You don't win friends with ballads. 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 No, you don't. You do not win a friend with ballads. You don't win a judge either as a military band with a ballad, because what that does, it just makes you look like a terrible corps band. We don't want that. We want a military band, and we want a good one, because you know what? There aren't very many of us. So one bad one, and I'm looking at certain people, one bad one ruins it for everybody. And they're going to look at this and they're going to go, we ain't going to do it. Look at that group. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. That one bad year. That one bad year. Look, that one bad year. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it because of that one time. Even though in the corps and pageantry band world, there are plenty of groups that they would equally call not the greatest group in the world, but because there's so few and far between in our world of a military band, it carries much more weight, okay? One group out of 10, and I know I'm having some problems here with my shirt. Sorry about that. One group out of 10 carries a lot more terrible weight than one group out of 100. Much worse. Okay, so this is why I wanted to go into this with you. Okay, but first, I'm going to go through some tabs here. Number one is a makeup. My first tab here is a makeup. This is the fabric gallery, okay? And in the fabric gallery, it shows everybody. Get that link in the description. Now, turkey galore, get out of here. Now, so in the fabric gallery, you see all this different stuff. Some helmets here. There are some shakos. There are some flags. You're going to find one that kind of closely matches what you got, okay? Let's say I've got a blue top, white pants. Okay, I'm going to look for blue. So here we go. Here's everything that remotely touches the color blue. Okay, now this one right here would not be hard to change over if that's your uniform top. You just give them white pants and white shoes. That's easy. That's through GIMP, G-I-M-P, GNU Image Manipulation Program. Link in the description. Get that. Or you go and you get Adobe Photoshop if you can afford Adobe Photoshop. But GIMP is a really good free substitute. Stands for GNU Image Manipulation Program. Oh, there's one. Auburn, blue, and orange. Okay, you just have to change the sash if you only have that sash to whatever color you got. Same thing here at Arlington High School. Let's just say we got red. Let's just say our group's going to be red today. And you know, in mine, I did a custom. I did it. I asked for a starter. I got a starter, and then I used the bucket fill tool to make the rest of it. That's all I did. And by the way, you see how far back these are, right? The deal is with this is that you don't have to be overly precise and worry about fabric folds and movements and things like that. Just fill it up with a color. That's all you got to do. Fill it up with a color, and then you're good to go. Okay. Oh, there's something really close. Red and white uniform. That doesn't look like the one I've got, though. It looks a little different. And they wear black shoes. Someone needs to fix that with white shoes. No, sorry. I did not mean to bang that loud. Oopsie on me. Now, all right. So I'm over here at IMSLP. Link in the description. Get out of here. Now, so here on IMSLP, we got ways to search for public domain music. What is public domain, I hear you ask? The public domain consists of all the creative work to which no exclusive intellectual property rights apply. That means nobody owns it. The rights may have expired. Number one, that happens. Right now, copyright law, I believe, is like 75 years after somebody's death. Isn't it 75? If not, correct me in the comments, okay? Been forfeited. The copyright holder can actually forfeit their right. Maybe that, I don't know, but for some reason or another. They can also expressly say, this is not under copyright. Or it may be inapplicable because it's just so old. Like the works of William Shakespeare or Ludwig van Beethoven, Leonardo da Vinci, they're all going to be public domains because it's like way back in history, okay? And that's really that's gold mine to me. Public domain stuff is a gold mine, all right? So here's how you can search. You come up here to where scores are, instrument difficulty, composers, everybody, nationality, the time period, instrumentation or genre, or the WEMA collection. I went to composers, and this is what happens at the top of the composer page, okay? Composers are not sorted on prepositions in surnames, okay? So if their last name is the Turkey, they're going to be under Turkey, T-U-R-K-E-Y. You ain't got no alibi, you Turkey. No. So in this case, I was looking for John Philip Sousa, the March King. So I went here and hit SOT, S-O-T, because it goes in ABC order. And here we go, Eschertaman. The very first one is right there. So here's John Philip Sousa. He's fairly well down the page. And now, boom, I went and already clicked this open here. There's his picture and his signature too. Now we are looking for stuff that is going to say public domain, okay? Like the Liberty Bell. Why don't we do that one for a minute here? Let's see what the Liberty Bell says. All right, so here's recordings. I wouldn't worry about them. The complete score, we are looking for not that. I'm not even looking for Creative Commons attribution because that means that it can come back and it can bite me in the butt. Okay, and I don't want anything to come back and bite me in the butt. Okay, so there's an ad. I'm going to get rid of that really quick. There was one, and I think it was somewhere up in here. Was it American made? I don't know. Maybe. It had like 3 different movements. There is one. It's a vocal score. Okay, vocal score. It's in the public domain. Anchor and star. Let's look at that for a minute. Complete parts. Public domain. Ta-da! Go away. That's an ad. Don't be very careful because they like to sneak ads in there like that. In this case, it is a public domain score. Bingo. That's the kind of one I like to download because there's very little, if any, chance of it coming back to bite you in the butt. Okay. In my case right now, I'm going to go screen sharing your stamp, screen sharing your stamp, okay. So now we're going to take that and go into Pyware, and I'm already going to link my song in here. It's under the file menu. Go here to file. But first off, I'm going to add my page tabs because I already know it's 192 counts because I wrote the arrangements. Okay, I wrote it. Okay, I wrote it. It may or may not be terrible. I don't know. So we go to document options. Okay, and it'll bring this up. We go to preferences, the middle tab. Down here it says audio file. Okay, we're going to choose the file. And there it is, March from Supine. There you go, HWV20. It's a Handel. Okay, it's a George Friedrich Handel. We have to re-enter the synchronization. So we hit yes. Okay, hit OK. Now, here's the fun part. The very first time you ever hit the audio button down here, okay, very first time, you're going to have to enter it all in. There we go. Now, there's two ways to do it. I can hit the space bar once every count. Okay, and I'm going to do that, but I'm going to have to actually torture you and do this 192 times. There's a pickup. You know, when in the scores that I got from scores that I rearranged, there is a pickup. All right, that's that do do, and then you go to one da da. Like that, okay? So here we go. Listen for the pickup because we don't want to get it. And by this time, I have it a million times. Right, there's 192 counts. I am not going to sing all 192 counts. That would torture. You know, that's torture. That's one of those things. Do it on your own time. Do it on your own time. This exact file is going to be shared with you in two different ways. All right, number one, there will be one with this 8-to-5 grid. Link in the description. Turkey galore. Thank you again, I guess. The other one is going to be on a 6-to-5 NCAA Texas-y grid, okay? That's the other one. Link in the description. We really didn't need that, turkey galore. I think we're smart enough to figure that out. I do not care. I will do it anyway. No. Oh, I swear. I swear. All right, so let me show you the other way to do this. The other way you get the sync. I'm getting turkey galore out of here. Go away. Now, Alt, right click this thing right here where it says play animation with audio, okay? And it will bring this menu back up. It's saying what you're telling Pyware is I screwed up. I'm sorry. I need to do this again. That's all you're doing. So if you mess up going bop, 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 one at a time, one per beat, stop and then Alt or Option on the Mac, okay? And right click this thingy right here. Okay, now, so I'm going to show you here because there is no tempo change this time, unlike the Royal Fireworks March that I did. Okay, so we're going to hit one time at count. We're going to hit one time, okay, at the beginning and one time at the very end at 192 counts. And remember that pickup, do-do-doot, okay? I got to wait for count 192 to happen, okay? It's the song while you're doing it. I like the song. I like this arrangement. Some of your trumpets, that's a chop break. And that's beat 192, by the way. Okay, so this is going to be shared with you on either an 8 or a 6 to 5 grid. And I'm actually going to change my mind. I am going to do a whole other Handel march. I think the march from Partenope, if I remember right. It may be from Partenope. And that will be our other march that we are going to work on. Okay, so 2 different ones, 2 different Baroque marches. I love Baroque marches. I really do. I've fallen in love with them quite well. Now, on to musical choices, actually, okay? Because we've really got to sit down and have this heart-to-heart talk. We really do, okay? Number 1, remember, you don't win friends with ballads. 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 No, you do not. You do not win friends with ballads in the military band world. Take everything you know from having a corps band and throw it out the window because it does not work. Simply put, it will not work. What you will wind up with, actually, is a really terrible looking corps band. That's all. That's all it is. Okay, that's just like if, let's say, Broken Arrow High School decides for some reason or another to go from being going to pageantry. And they're saying, well, we're going to enter Bands of America this year, and we're going to be a 6 to 5 block band this time around. They would be laughed off the field. Sorry about that. I had an extra noise, and I did not want it to be picked up. That's why I rush down here to abruptly pause stuff sometimes. Okay, that's usually why. It means that something's going on, and I can't have it be picked up. It might violate privacy or something. You never know. So again, no ballads allowed. I have to get out and I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again because it's got to set in. You don't win friends with ballads. 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 I missed. I missed. Now, all right. So you don't win that way. You don't. That is not a show that's going to put hind ends in seats. That's my general rule. If it's not going to put someone in a seat to watch it, why are you doing this? Why? You know, absolutely why. So there's a few complementary theories here, okay? Number 1, if you're a 6 to 5 block band in Texas, it is going to be do a march, do a march, do a march. Oh, and if you have extra time, why don't you do a march? And that's not a bad thing. Not bad at all, okay? It's not bad at all. It'll actually mesh together with these 2 thoughts, especially if you think and plan ahead. Always think and plan ahead when you do this. There's a lot of math involved in this. So ready, guys? Number 1 is the one I've been doing a lot more lately, which is Much Majesty. Much Majesty. There we go. I can talk sometimes. That would make a big difference, wouldn't it? Much Majesty is a very majestic opener, like a Baroque march. Those Baroque marches wind up having more majestic options than a whole lot of other stuff I hear today. So you want me to use the new work? Write it majestic. Write it to where I can use it. If not, I'm rearranging again. Sorry. So majesty, majesty, majesty. And it's going to keep going. You're going to overwhelm with majesty and the moves that you make on the field. It's an overwhelming experience, okay? The other way, which is still complementary with everything else, it can complement everything, okay, is the Plateau Method, okay? So you're gonna climb, you're gonna have your military band, here they come now. And they're climbing up and up and up, and they've reached a plateau, the end of the first song. The audience is looking, going, how did we get here? Whoa. All right, so then we go to our next song. Climb it up again, hit a new plateau. They're going, man, we're higher than the first, we're up higher than the first one. And you go way off the charts with your closer, okay? So keep it going upward. If you're not getting them excited, if you're not getting them wanting to sit down and keep an eye on you, you have failed. You have failed. Okay, in the military band world, you have failed. There is no fluffy frou-frou part about this. you failed. End of discussion. Don't fail. Don't fail. Because again, you got this problem of where if 1 out of 10 is that group, it carries a lot more weight than 1 out of 100 pageantry core bands, 1 out of 1,000 pageantry core bands. You get where I'm going with this? I hope so. All right, so until the next time, remember, I will have 2 files for you to get. This is kind of like our final project that we're going to work on together, okay? I'll work on it with you. We'll put everything together. We're going to put the song, we're going to put the moves together. We're going to think, what's it telling me to do? What is that song telling me to do? That's our next piece of the puzzle, okay? So until that point, go ahead, download these 2 files, okay? Have happy drilling today. Start thinking of ideas. Start thinking of ideas because your idea might be good too. In fact, I might ask you to post and link in the comments when you get one done. All right, so until then, remember, you don't win friends with Alex. You don't win friends with Alex. You don't win friends with Alex. Don't win friends with Alex. Don't win.